What will you do when darkness comes for your people? Morning fog. Birds silent. Leaves whisper secrets. The forest waits. A shadow moves. Queen Mother Adzo senses it. A chill crawls the spine of the kingdom. The witch is coming. Adzo. Strong. Determined. Eyes sharp, scanning every tree, every shadow. Her staff hums faintly. Magic. Old. Protective. Ancient as the kingdom itself. She breathes slow. Calm. Yet her heart pounds. She knows what is at stake. The village wakes. Thatched roofs shimmer with dew. Smoke curls from the morning fires. Children stir beneath woven mats. Dogs stretch, goats bleat softly. But beneath it all, stillness. Uneasy stillness. The elder woman bends in the morning light. Wrinkled hands. Steady gaze. She feels the forest tremble. Her voice, low, almost a whisper. Adzo, the witch returns. No words from the queen. Only a nod. Plans forming behind her calm eyes. At her side stands Togbi Atiko. Broad shoulders. Warrior's poise. Loyal as the rising sun. Behind him, Kpodo. Young. Restless. Spirit fierce but still unshaped. Eager to prove his worth. They move through the village together. Steps measured. Faces solemn. Villagers turn. Eyes wide with fear and faith. They whisper prayers. They clutch charms. They look to their queen. Morning tasks continue. Women grind millet. Men check the yam fields. Children watch from shadows. But the air hums differently today. Something wrong. Something ancient. Adzo climbs the stone dais in the village square. She raises her staff. Her voice rings clear as a bell through mist and fear. Darkness comes. It seeks fear. It feeds on despair. But we hold courage. We hold unity. We hold hope. The crowd murmurs. Strength ripples through hearts. But whispers still linger. The witch who bends shadows to her will. The witch who once cursed their harvests and turned rivers black. Adzo remembers. The faces of the lost. The screams that haunted the night. She remembers her mother's fall in that old battle. And she swore then, never again. She turns toward the forest. Fog thickens like a living thing. Roots twist underfoot. The smell of damp earth fills the air. Togbi Atiko sharpens his blade. Steel sings. Kpodo practices. Strike, fall, rise, again. The elder woman murmurs a chant. Words older than the village itself. Binding words. Protective words. Adzo feels the energy gather. The heartbeat of her people. The pulse of the land itself. Then, a whisper cuts the wind. A laugh. Low. Cruel. The witch has come. She steps from fog and nightmare. Tall. Cloaked in darkness. Eyes like green fire. A grin sharp as broken bone. You think you can protect them. Her voice slices the air. You are only one. Adzo's eyes narrow. She plants her staff. Together, we are more than one. Power hums beneath her skin. It rises from earth to bone. From bone to heart. From heart to light. The witch smiles, mocking, deadly. Then let us see what your togetherness can do. The ground shivers. The fog thickens. Shadows coil like serpents. The witch's magic strikes first. Tendrils of darkness lash out. Trees shudder. Air turns cold. Adzo counters. Her staff glows blue-white. Energy cracks through mist. Lightning made of will. Fire made of hope. A clash of worlds. Light and shadow. Life and rot. Togbi Atiko steps forward. Shield raised. He blocks a wave of darkness aimed at the queen. His muscles strain. The impact throws dust into the air. Kodo shouts, charging in. Foolish. Brave. He swings his spear. The witch flicks a hand. The boy flies backward. Crashes into roots. Patience. Boy. Togbi roars. Adzo moves. Fluid. Unbreakable. Her staff meets the witch's claws midair. A burst of sparks rains over them. For a moment, forest light and shadow freeze together. The elder woman's chant grows louder. Words weave through the air like threads of gold. They wrap around Adzo's staff, pulsing with rhythm. The witch snarls. Old songs cannot save you. But the chant only strengthens. It's not the words. It's the faith behind them. The unity. Villagers hidden behind trees begin to whisper too. 100 quiet voices joining the old rhythm. The witch feels it. The tide turning. Adzo presses forward. Her staff glows brighter. The fog recoils. The witch retreats a step. Then two. Then she screams. The sky darkens. Wind howls. A storm of shadow rises. It swirls around them both. Adzo and the witch vanish in the tempest. Only flashes of light betray their duel. Inside the storm, Adzo's heart beats steady. Every strike deliberate. Every defense measured. The witch grows erratic, desperate. Why do they follow you? She spits. They fear power. Adzo's eyes blaze. They follow love. A burst of white light throws the witch backward. She lands hard, hissing like a serpent. The forest groans. Birds scatter. Trees bend under the strain of magic. Hours blur. The fight feels endless. But Adzo stands unwavering, fueled by something the witch can never grasp. Purpose. Podo crawls from behind a log, bruised but alive. He watches, or filling his young eyes. He sees what strength really means. Not rage, but calm in chaos. Togbi Atiko stands guard, unblinking, shield ready, protecting the queen's flank even as roots twist at his feet. The elder woman's chant rises again. A cry of the ancestors. The voice of all who came before. Adzo feels it surge through her. Through every bone, every breath. Now, she strikes. One perfect motion. Her staff pierces the heart of shadow. A flash. A sound like thunder breaking open the sky. Silence. The fog collapses inward. The witch stumbles. Her green fire flickers. Elder woman whispers one last word. The witch's laughter falters. Her form unravels. Piece by piece, she dissolves into mist. Gone. The forest exhales. Light spills through branches. The storm fades. Sunlight returns, shy but steady. Adzo stands still, breathing heavy, staff planted firmly in earth. Togbi Atiko at her side. Podo kneeling, humbled. The witch, defeated. The queen closes her eyes. For a heartbeat, she listens. To the wind. To the quiet. To the steady pulse of life returning. They walk back to the village. The people gather as one. Faces alight with relief and awe. Children run forward. Elders raise hands in thanks. The sound of drums begins softly. Celebration and gratitude in rhythm. Adzo lifts her staff. Her voice carries. Darkness comes and goes. Fear may visit. But courage, patience, and unity, they remain. Tonight, we fought not just a witch, but the doubt in our hearts. A murmur of agreement. Heads bow. Tears fall. Hope returns. That night, the fires burn bright. Laughter echoes again. Music rises. Drums. Flutes. Feet stamping earth in joy. Queen Mother Adzo sits apart for a moment, watching her people dance. The elder woman joins her, smiling. Queen Mother, you have done well. But remember, darkness never sleeps. Those who forget vigilance will stumble again. Adzo nods slowly, her eyes fixed on the stars. I will not forget. My people will always come first. The drums grow louder. Children twirl near the fires. Togbi Atiko sharpens his blade in the shadows. Kodo watches the flames, lost in thought. He has seen what courage truly means. Dawn creeps over the hills. Smoke rises from dying embers. The witch's shadow is gone, but its memory lingers. Weeks pass. The queen strengthens her people. Walls reinforced. Guards trained. New fields planted. Hope becomes habit. Fear fades to story. Children laugh in sunlight. Rivers sing again. The forest, once haunted, now hums with life. Adzo walks the paths each morning. staff tapping softly against earth, eyes scanning, ever watchful, ever ready. When the elders gather, they speak her name with reverence. Queen Mother Adzo, the one who faced the witch and did not fall. But in quiet moments, she still feels that whisper in the wind. A reminder. Darkness waits. Still, her resolve is steel. Her people thrive. Her kingdom breathes again. Months turn to moons. The memory of fear fades. But Adzo never lets her guard rest. Each dawn, she walks the fields. Children chase her shadow, laughing. They no longer tremble when the wind sighs. The forest has become friend again. Yet somewhere beyond those trees, roots remember. The ground remembers. Darkness never forgets. Elder woman sits by the fire, eyes half closed, muttering prayers that taste of smoke and age. She knows stories repeat if wisdom sleeps. Togbi Atiko trains new guardians. Strong arms, clear minds. He teaches them balance, not only of sword and shield, but of mercy and justice. Kodo grows into manhood. Scars on his hands, humility in his eyes. He practices in silence, each swing of his spear guided by patience. Adzo watches them all. Pride warms her chest. The future, she thinks, is learning. Seasons shift. Rains fall, crops swell. The village sings while harvesting yams. Laughter rolls over hills like thunder without fear. At night, they gather round fires. Stories bloom. Children beg again and again. Tell us of the witch, Queen Mother. Adzo smiles. Her voice steady, low. She was power twisted by greed. But even the darkest power fears unity. The little ones lean closer, eyes wide. Will she come back? A pause. Then softly, if she does, we will be ready. The elder woman nods from her mat. That is the way. Remember, children, strength without memory is weakness reborn. Drums answer her words. Hands clap, feet pound dust. Stars shimmer approval. The peace holds. Days into weeks, weeks into months. But deep in the forest, something stirs again. A tremor beneath the soil. A whisper through roots. Not the witch herself, but remnants of her curse. Seeds she left behind. Adzo feels it first. A twinge in her chest. Her staff hums faintly in the night. She rises from her bed of woven cloth. Steps outside. Moonlight spills silver. Fog curls low. She breathes the air. Calm, yet watchful. Behind her, Kodo wakes, sensing movement. Queen Mother. Go back to sleep, child. The forest speaks. I must listen. He hesitates, then nods. But his hand stays near his spear. Adzo walks to the forest edge. The same path, worn by battle and memory. The trees whisper her name. She kneels, placing a hand on soil. Warm, alive, but beneath, a pulse not her own. Old magic, she murmurs. Still breathing. Morning comes. She summons the council. Elders, warriors, healers. Faces serious. The witch is gone, she says. But her shadow roots remain. They must be cleansed, or they will grow again. Murmurs. Fear trying to return. She raises a hand. No panic. Only preparation. Together they plan. Ritual. Patrols. Songs of cleansing sung in every field. Children sprinkle ash mixed with herbs at thresholds. Women paint new symbols of protection on doors. Men reinforce boundaries with stone and faith. Night after night, the forest hums lower. The darkness weakens. Starved by attention instead of neglect. Adzo watches. Patient. She has learned that victory is not only battle. It is maintenance. Then one evening, when the moon is full and swollen, the witch's echo makes her final move. Mist crawls from the earth again. Shapes form, faint and fragile. Not the witch herself, but illusions. Shadows wearing her grin. Villagers gasp. Some fall to their knees. Children cry. Adzo lifts her staff. Do not fear. They are memories, nothing more. She walks straight into the mist. The shadows swirl around her. They whisper temptations. You could rule the world if you kept my power. You could never lose another battle. You could live forever. Adzo's steps never falter. I do not seek forever. I seek peace. Her staff glows golden. Each whisper burns away. The illusions crumble to dust. When she returns, the air feels lighter. The village exhales as one body. Elder woman smiles faintly. The last breath of darkness is gone. Adzo bows her head. Not gone, contained. We will always watch. From that night, the queen decrees a ritual. Once each moon, the people gather to honor light and shadow alike. They dance for remembrance. They sing for balance. Children grow up knowing the story, not as terror, but as teaching. Years pass. Kodo becomes captain of the guard. Togbi Atiko grows grey but never weak. Elder woman returns to the ancestors. Her chants now carried by the wind. Adzo stands before her people one festival night. Torches flicker. Drums roll steady. My mother fought darkness and fell. I fought darkness and endured. One day, you will fight it too. Not in the forest, but within yourselves. Silence. Then applause like rain on roofs. She smiles, humble and proud. Seasons change again. The kingdom prospers. Trade routes open. Neighboring lands send gifts. But Adzo remains simple. She eats with farmers. Listens to the poor. Visits healers and midwives. She knows true royalty is service. When drought hits one summer, she is the first to walk barefoot into cracked fields. Her prayers mingle with theirs. Rains come a week later. The people say the spirits obey her. She says they only respond to unity. Years roll like drums fading in distance. The queen grows older. Lines mark her face. Each one a story. Each story a victory. One night she dreams. The witch stands before her again. Not cruel, not laughing, just silent. Adzo asks, "Why do you return?" The witch replies, "Because you remember me. Because forgetting breeds my kind." Adzo wakes smiling. Even darkness, she realizes, can be teacher. The next morning she gathers the people once more. Her voice firm but gentle. Darkness may visit again. Fear will whisper. But courage, patience, and unity, they remain. And so will we. The crowd chants her name. Adzo, Adzo, Adzo. Drums thunder. Dancers spin. Torches swirl like stars pulled to earth. Later that night, she sits alone at the edge of the village. The forest stands quiet before her. Moonlight paints her face silver. She rests her staff across her knees. Whispers to herself. The kingdom lives. The people breathe. The witch sleeps. This is enough. Crickets sing. Owls call. Her eyes drift shut. But her spirit remains alert. For vigilance, too, is love. Dawn returns painted gold. Smoke curls from new fires. Children race to the riverbank. Women sing as they fetch water. Life hums. Kodo approaches. Queen Mother, the guards await orders. She smiles. Tell them to rest. The greatest shield we have is peace itself. He bows and leaves. Adzo watches him go. The boy who once charged without thought, now walks with purpose and patience. Her heart swells. The elder woman's old words echo. Those who forget vigilance will stumble again. Adzo whispers back to the wind. We remember. Days blend into years. Adzo's reign becomes legend. Songs about her fill markets and weddings. Drummers carve her story into rhythm. Children mimic her stance with sticks for staffs. And always, the lesson remains. Courage matters. Unity prevails. Patience wins. Hope never dies. One final evening, as the sun bleeds red over the horizon, Adzo climbs the hill above her village. She looks down at smoke rising from hearths, at laughter drifting upward. She feels her mother's spirit near, and perhaps even the witch's shadow listening, quiet and respectful. She speaks to the wind. Guard them well when I am gone. The wind answers with warmth. She smiles. She has kept her vow. Her people will always come first. Night deepens. Stars blanket the sky. The forest rests. The kingdom dreams. The queen closes her eyes. Peace settles like a soft cloak around her. The story of Adzo becomes the story of all who fight for light. And if you've ever faced darkness, remember Queen Mother Adzo. Stand tall. Protect your people. Let courage guide you. Subscribe to the Story Baobab. More tales of courage, wisdom, and hope await.